I love this tree and walking past this tree this time of year because it's just full of bees. I don't know if you can hear that, but the bees are busy. And bees are a great example in God's creation of animals that are concerned not for their own peace, but for the peace of their entire colony. Personally, I'll never forget that feeling when I first became a parent. I mean, that's when it was more than just me and my wife. I mean, my wife is really perfectly capable without me, but children, especially when they're first born, they're so helpless, so dependent, and they're so easily influenced by our behavior as adults. Maybe you found that in your own life when you first had kids, or you first took responsibility for someone who was truly dependent on you. And today we're going to be taking a look at a parable. You've probably heard it before, but I want you to listen to it as a peacemaker, someone who is motivated to help others to find peace. Now, I know as a father, it became a new motivation for me. It was one thing to be distracted about my own peace, but it was a completely different thing to recognize that my decisions had a profound impact on my children's ability to find peace. Jesus tells us this parable in Luke chapter 6, verses 39 through 42. He also told them a parable. Can a blind man lead a blind man? Will they not both fall into a pit? A disciple is not above his teacher, but everyone, when he is fully trained, will be like his teacher. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, "Brother, let me take out the speck that is in your eye," when you yourself do not see the log that is in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take out the speck that is in your brother's eye. Now, a lot of times when I read this passage, I see the hypocrisy. I mean, the judgment that's implied here. And it's not wrong, it's there. But there's so much more to this story. There's very much a sense of mutual concern. And in a sense, we're looking out for the needs of others. Too often we jump to the conclusion that this man with a plank in his own eye is like a nosy neighbor who's more concerned with whatever's going on across the street than what's going on in their own home. Whatever is going on through the hedge rather than what's going on in their own lives. But I have a modern day illustration that I think is really going to help us to understand what Jesus is describing here. If you've ever been on a plane, one of the first things that the stewardess explains is the emergency protocols. And so you know that in the event of some types of emergencies, there's going to be masks that drop down from the ceiling and they dispense oxygen. And so if you're traveling with children, you probably also remember that it's your responsibility to put on your mask first, before seeing to the needs of your children. And that cuts so far hard against the grain of being a parent, right? And that's the kind of selfless hypocrisy that Jesus has in view here. If love is motivating you to pursue peace for someone else, you have to know where you're going first. You have to find peace in your own life. It almost sounds like an oxymoron, selfless hypocrisy, but it's so true, isn't it? It's the same for a blind person who's trying to lead another blind person, just like in Jesus' example. First, they have to learn how to see where they're going. And you may have seen a blind person doing just that, using a cane to find their way around or something similar. And as you can imagine, it's not easy to navigate with sound and touch, but you have to learn how to do that if you're going to lead someone else and teach someone else how to navigate difficult terrain. So today, I want you to consider what is an area of your life that the Holy Spirit has revealed to you that you're lacking peace. Ask Him not to just reveal to you the plank that's in your own eye, but to teach you how to find peace in that particular situation and in every situation. Then you can truly be ready to be a peacemaker. I've enjoyed so much all this planning for peace with you, this devotional that we've been going through. I'm really looking forward, though, to wrapping things up on this Sunday. We're going to be talking more about becoming peacemakers. And then next week, we're going to be starting a new series called Build More Fires. We're going to be talking about the passion that we have when we become followers of Jesus. And I'm really excited to be talking about that passion, about how contagious that passion is, and how that passion can build community. So I'm looking forward to seeing you this Sunday at 2 p.m. at the church. If you are self-isolating because of illness or any other reason, I want to encourage you to get a hold of me. We can talk over the phone. Send me an email, info@gracepointe.ca, and we can set up a meeting to talk about your questions, about the peace that is available to all of us through a relationship with Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, and God bless.